today I have a real fun top 10, one that you're going to love. I think you're going to love this.
Me?
You. Who else I'm talking? Well, everybody going to love this one, but I know you really going to get a kick out of this shit.
Okay.
Top 10, Gude's top 10. Remember, this is my shit, my list. Gude's top 10 conspiracy theories.
Yeah. Hey, that relates with some of my Ask Gude questions.
This is going to be a lot of fun for me. I've taken my time, and I know people are going to say, well, you overlooked this or you overlooked that. I'm sick of telling y'all. This is my top 10. And certain shit that got left out, mine. Certain shit that get left out, remember, there's only 10 things I can put in the top 10. Let's be real, people. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So here we go. My top 10 conspiracy theories. Number 10 on my top 10 conspiracy theories. And a lot of people might not like that I put this in here, but it's relevant in these days. Digital television.
Okay.
Reason being?
Cameras.
Well, exactly. A lot of theorists out there truly believe that Big Brother's watching at all times. And, there's miniature cameras and microphones and all these things in a lot of these TVs and computers that we got. But, and a lot of them believe that that's there to spy on us and, keep tabs on us, basically. Mm-hmm. Another theory is, related to this, that mind control technology has been hidden in these digital sets to not only use mind control, but to plant subliminal advertisement. And that, is something that not enough people talk about, not enough people are even aware of, throughout the day or their lives when they're shopping for these different things. And anyway, digital television is number 10. Number 9 on my top 10 conspiracy theories. Vaccines.
Amen to that one.
According to Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and others, vaccines can and have been linked to the cause for autism when injected into children. There's beliefs out there that, the government and other scientists conspire together with these vaccines, and they cover up data, they're lying about the vaccine ingredients, just to hide the real problem, to keep people down, and they target these vaccines at children. Right. Yeah. And people line up to get them. So,
Yep, and don't even question. So, number 9. We could go into depth on all these.
We could go into depth on all these, but it's good to raise the question. And hey, anybody out there checking it out, you want to get in on the conversation, you know what to do. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, hit us up. Number 8 on my top 10 conspiracy theories. Katrina.
Okay.
The slow response time following the hurricane, this is back in 2005, caused a lot of people to claim, that this disaster was deliberately exploited by the president, who at the time was George Bush. One theory is that the Army Corps of Engineers breached the levees purposely to flood the poor black neighborhoods out there, in order to spare the richer white neighborhoods. Another theory is that Halliburton breached the levees in order to profit from the disaster cleanup. And either one of these are real logical, reasonable questions to raise. Right. And, Katrina fucked a lot of people up, a lot of families. And
still is.
It still is something that, even though the question's been raised by a lot of people, not a whole lot of answers have been given. So I marked that at number 8. I knew you'd like this one. this one. Anyway, number 7 on my top 10 conspiracy theories is water fluoridation.
Otherwise known as decalcification of the pineal gland.
Pineal gland, absolutely.
Oh, I bet you didn't know. Can I just put a fact in there on that one? When I was doing research a while ago about water, they say, you're not supposed to ingest toothpaste, and I guess the same amount in one tube of toothpaste is in an 8-ounce glass of water, I believe, or a pea size or something like that. That's craziness.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And they say it's good for us. So
right, it cleans your teeth.
Yeah.
If it's cleaning your teeth.
Exactly. What's it doing to your insides? And the crazy thing is major health groups are in pure support of public water fluoridation. They say it reduces tooth decay, and that's pretty much all they have, it helps with tooth decay. Okay, great. But conspiracy theories about this.
I thought that they couldn't even put fluoride at the waste sites because it's that potent, that
toxic
strong.
Or whatever.
Yeah, even the toxic waste sites won't take it. So.
And of course, the conspiracy theorists are out there saying that fluoridation of the water is part of the New World Order plot to take over the world, designed by the military. There's so much more intended to poison the public, lowering mental abilities. Goes back to what you said about the pineal gland. And according to theorists, fluoridation secretly benefits corporations and governments, and that's absolutely true because the weaker our mind is, the more powerful they can be. So, I thought that was a fitting part of my top 10 here.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on. Number 6 on my top 10 conspiracy theories, Roswell.
Okay. Alien abductions.
Well, we're going back now. July 8th, 1947. The Roswell Army Airfield caused a sensation by issuing a press release stating that they recovered a crashed flying disc from the ranch near Roswell, New Mexico. Although the military later announced it was actually a weather balloon, many still believe it was a flying saucer. And years later, they announced that a former mortician that was involved with the investigation announced that alien autopsies had also been conducted at the Roswell base. Of course, years later, now in 1995, they come and investigate the issue, saying that it was in fact weather balloons, saying that the supposed alien autopsies were really just bodies of those that actually died, and also test dummies. But many people find that very hard to believe. And questions about Roswell are going to diminish, as time goes on because it's further and further removed. The same with any of these conspiracies, really. They become
accepted.
They get put on the back burner after a while as something else comes up and something else comes up. But for
social
a lot
media.
of people that were, but for a lot of people that were around at that time that remember the incident, those people were really under the impression that this was an actual alien crash landing. The answers to that we'll probably never get, but the official story, as always, denies any of that.
Right.
All right. Moving forward. Number 5 on my top 10 conspiracy theories, the moon landing.
Oh, okay.
July 20th, 1969. Americans were all over the televisions watching as Neil Armstrong became the first man to walk on the moon. The conspiracy that surrounds us, though, is saying that the moon landing was a hoax conducted by NASA, and other organizations, too, using a soundstage, faking the whole thing. The theories go as far as to say not enough technology was available for us to make a moon landing. Of course, the U.S. At that time desperately was going through this major race with other nations, like Russia, to do something like that, to prove their supremacy, as if to say, well, if we can land a man on the moon, imagine what we could do to you. Just basically proving their technological advances over the rest of the world. Yeah. Of course, NASA dismissed this whole thing as ridiculous. So, and furthermore, if someone really did go to the moon and walk on the moon, don't you think someone would have been back since? I mean, I don't know. Seems a little off to me. Talking, 45 years ago now. Anyway. You got something to say about that?
Not big on the moon landing stuff. Just
no. I think that's one of the biggest. If it's indeed fake and it was a hoax, that's one of the biggest instances of pulling the wool over people's eyes you could think of. I mean, so anyway.
I just think, I don't know why nations would be like racing. I think they're all together in it always. You
never know. You never know. Number 4 on my top 10 conspiracy theories, and people will say this is number 1 all day long, and it's hard to disagree, but when you see my top 3, you probably be like, oh, okay, well, maybe. Anyway, number 4 is 9/11. And for the most part, people accept that 4 commercial jets crashed into these buildings and, terrorized the world that day. And even though Al-Qaeda claimed responsibility for the attacks, which killed, God bless their souls, 3,000 plus people that day.
Still killing people,
Absolutely. The conspiracy have been running nuts over this one, claiming that members of the U.S. government have been warned about the attacks and allowed them to happen. And, meanwhile, some people even go as far as to say that members of the government actually were responsible for the attacks using remote control planes and demolition materials.
Well, my question is, why did building number 7 fall?
I remember on 9/11 watching the news, they said that they had to take it down. They had to bring that one down.
Oh, they got that. They got in there quick.
They said pull it. So pulling it means demo it, and it fell the same way the other 2 fell. A lot of people said that they saw, molten steel, which is, a sign that they were using explosives and other things to melt the steel. But anyway, that's just some of the theories out there about them. There's
exploding from the inside, the way it collapsed.
Yeah. And a lot of people will go as far as to say that it opened up the... Yeah, people say it opened up the gate for things like the Patriot Act and so forth to take away liberties and sovereignty and whatnot. Yeah, so, I think that's a fitting part of our top 10 conspiracy theories. Theories, for sure. We can go on and on about that one.
Right. We're doing good at just going on because we could,
Exactly. Each of these could be an episode. But you'll see that it started to get a little more real. Number 3 on my top 10 conspiracy theories is the origins of AIDS. Theorists insist that the deadly HIV and AIDS virus was created by the CIA to wipe out homosexuals and African Americans. Even the former South African president went on to say that the virus originated disputed that the virus even started in Africa, and accused the U.S. government of manufacturing this disease in military labs. In fact, another theory even goes on to say that gay men were deliberately injected with AIDS and HIV during the 1978 hepatitis B experiments here in the States. And these are all valid theories. I mean, how can this deadly virus just spring out of nowhere? And to me, it's one of the biggest, and even though there's tons of AIDS relief and other things out there, people helping AIDS victims, not enough attention, I think, is really brought to the subject as it should be, as far as where it originated from.
Right.
And the same thing we'll find with all these conspiracy theories is that they all pretty much go with little or no attention.
Right. They get something else distracts,
Yeah.
the population.
All right. Number 2 on my top 10 conspiracy theories, the Kennedy assassination. And the reason I say that is because it was a huge, huge topic, and it still is to this day. All these years later, 50 years later. Of course, Kennedy was killed while he was riding in a motorcade in Dallas, Texas, November 22nd, 1963. Man, it sparked so many controversies and conspiracy theories over the years. And even though Lee Harvey Oswald was arrested for killing Kennedy, he was soon shot and killed himself by Jack Ruby. So we never really got to hear anything that he had to say on it. Many people don't believe that Oswald was responsible for the murder at all, or at least that he didn't act alone. Maybe working for the mafia or the FBI or who knows who. I've heard theories that he even worked for Russia, I believe.
Yeah.
And because of all the confusion there, the idea that there might have been more than one gunman in different locations has been real popular, and to me, kind of even seems realistic.
Yeah.
Even though modern television recreates a crime scene and tries to make it look, better, using their little technological advances and stuff, there was findings that, according to the official Warren Commission report or whatever, they found that Oswald did act alone, firing from the Texas School Book Depository, and the official story is he's the one that did it. Case closed. This is the former president now.
Yeah.
Assassinated in broad day in front of the world. Case closed.
Right. Government.
So that's definitely fitting. As a part of this, it's a huge conspiracy. All right. Number 1 on my top 10 conspiracy theories is Princess Diana.
Okay.
For me, because, and again, we could say this about any of these, it just didn't get enough investigation. It didn't get enough. It was terrible.
Right.
As we know, Diana and Dodi Fayed died in Paris in August 1997. One theory is that this was arranged by the British Special Force operatives. Another theory is that the decision was made to kill Diana to stop her from revealing embarrassing and who knows what kind of information she had about her former husband, Prince Charles. And of course, French and British authorities found the deaths to be the cause of an accident. And that's their story, and they're sticking to it.
Yeah, I think all those are kind of like, even Michael Jackson, Princess Diana, all those, and even JFK, all those are kind of
right.
they're
all kind of linked together.
Yeah. I
Absolutely.
would say.
And people might,
what about the RFID chip?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's definitely a topic. There's a lot. What about Pearl Harbor? What about global warming? There's a lot of other issues, I could go on and on. I just want to throw some of these things out here, let everybody, give us feedback, man. Let us know what you think, not just about the list, what should have been on the list, and the things on the list. Let's talk about these things. HARP, let's bring attention to it. There's a lot of shit going on. Chemtrails, there's a lot. We could talk about it all day.
Right.
But for now.
Aspartame.
Yeah. MSG, we could keep going. But as for now, that's my top 10 conspiracy theories.
Jay-Z. Beyonce.
New World Order.
Rockefeller.
North American Union. All right, and we really could go on
Group.
with this. Right.
The Bohemian, what is that?
Yes,
the Bohemian. Yes. It's got a mole.
Alex Jones.
Mark Dice.
Right.
Right. Instill that fear, boys. Instill that fear.
No fear here. Knowledge is power, people. Knowledge is power. Just keep your eyes open.
Right.
Not just
Everybody has the right to their own opinion.
Keep your third eye open too. And,
right.
and be wise. Make smart decisions. Hey, nothing we could really do about a lot of it, but, it's good to know what you know. And,
right. So then when it comes at you, you just can kind of tell, like, okay, I see what they're trying to do. Let me go that way.
Don't be surprised. You know what I mean? Expect the unexpected. Know what you're getting yourself into, and just kind of be aware of your surroundings, even if you don't know all the details or every aspect of something. Just kind of keep your eyes open, keep your mind open, and be wise.
Right.
Life is short. Anyway, that's my top 10.